Hi everybody, and welcome to the the draw and critique for episode 4 of Watercolour Wizard. I hope you're going to enjoy seeing who gets to have their work critiqued, who's going to win a PDF magazine or a PDF animal print, and then to stay and watch the critiques in full. So we've got 3 entries this month. We also had a lot of other people who bought the support pack and for whatever reason haven't been able to submit their work to the gallery yet. So I thank them as well. Thanks very much for that. I hope you've enjoyed painting the project at home, or that you will do. So we've got Charlene, Susan and Paula. So let's get on with the actual spinning and see who's going to be first out of the hat for a critique. Okay, I'm going to be drawing the first 2 names as critiques, and then whoever is left will get the PDF magazine or print. So here we go. Hey Paula, you're going to get a critique. Congratulations. I'm just going to remove your name now. Okay, here we go. And Sue, congrats Sue, you were going to have a critique as well. Stay where you are. So I'll remove Sue, and obviously Charlene. Charlene, I'll be getting in touch with you to ask you which issue of my magazine you'd like as a PDF, or whether you'd like one of my 10 animal prints that are on offer for the Watercolour Wizard. So thanks everybody for taking part. If you stay where you are now, you will be hearing the critiques. So here are the 3 entries that we've had for Watercolour Wizard episode 4. Thank you for everybody who bought the paint along pack, and even if you didn't upload it, I hope you enjoyed painting it at home. These are the 3 images that we've got. So we've got entries from Charlene and Susan and Paula. So if I can just say thank you to everybody for, making comments on each other's work as well, which is really nice. And everyone's used their 4 random wizard colours, and we've produced these 3 beautiful paintings. So well done everybody, and we shall see now who's going to be critiqued. So firstly, starting off with Paula. Let me just check I've got you in the right one. So congratulations Paula on being drawn for the critique. Let's just make sure I got this in. Your painting is absolutely gorgeous. It's a really beautiful colour of purple, isn't it? It's so lovely, and then the green complements it really well. Really beautiful. So what I've said, Paula, is eccentric, daring and captivating. Regally bluey violets set the majestic mood for this graceful study, and I think everyone would agree with that. I appreciate how you've used this meltingly impressionistic touch to portray the minimally rendered leaves and stalks, which contrast with the more detailed frilly florets. And so you've got that lovely juxtaposition of the green sort of plainish stalks against the vibrant purple, flouncy flower heads. And I feel you've got lovely granulation in these elements, in the stalks and leaves that is. I also enjoyed the washed out, faded out patches on some of them, making the rhythm of the stalks interesting to view, plus the purple hued far right stalk, the one right over there on its own, is a lovely way of bouncing the eye back to echo the main group of daffodil heads. So beautiful work there of echoing the blues, the violets and the greens in your composition. So let's have a look now, Paula, at how yours looks in grayscale. Okay, so again, when we look at the grayscale version, the overall darker range of tones produce a powerful feel in the work, a strong image. This is a great way to evoke a strong presence in your subject. And the only thing I can think of is I sense that perhaps the weight of that far left floret could perhaps be balanced by some stronger tones in the bases of the leaves and stalks at bottom right. I don't know what you think about that suggestion, Paula, but it's just something that came to mind as I'm looking at it. I'm feeling the weight of the painting as I'm looking at it, you know. And I just sense that over here on this right hand side we could have a little bit more strength, but it's beautiful, absolutely lovely. So let's move on now to how they look in the posterized image of the grayscale. And again, see how strong those flowers are. So it shows what I said about this being overall a dark toned painting where mid and dark tones dominate on the florets and the mid tones dominate in the stalks, although there are some areas of pale tone, light tone. And we can see more clearly now how the stalks are overall paler and staying in the pale to mid range. So again, that's the only suggestion I would make, is that darkening of those stems here just for balance, okay? But still, this work I feel is entirely enthralling, Paula. Well done, and what a lovely magical result you've got from your 4 random colour draw. So now we've got Sue's work to look at, and Sue luckily selected 4 colours which actually included, you know, yellowy and orange hues that she could make, or they were already there. So we've ended up with sort of more traditional looking daffodils, but it doesn't matter, it's how Sue used the 4 colours she drew. So I feel that this is a charming and disarmingly pretty daffodil motif, Sue. The buoyant and joyful colours exude spring and freshness, and I feel it's got like a vintage style. That's how it comes across to me anyway. The muted cluster of understated leaves and stalks weave a quiet support, I feel, to the whole, and the eye is drawn into the superb focus floret at the left, and you've accentuated it by the change in colour, and obviously its direction is already sort of pointing away from the other two, and it's in a different perspective. We're seeing it from the side, and we're seeing that lovely trumpet shape, and of course it's sort of leaning out away from the group. So it really is beautiful, and the lovely hues you've used there, that sort of lovely lemon yellow you've got there, is absolutely gorgeous. And I admire those very delicate yellow shadows you've mixed on that one, especially on the lower left, and the way this the sweetly crumpled folds of skin that wrap where the flower neck and stem meet is really well done, because we've all sensed and seen that sort of skin that's around the back of the daffodils, and we appreciate that, and when it's painted that way we can sense it, which is lovely. I like the effective use of transitional tones in the foliage, especially those little pops of dark, you know, that emerge from under the florets, where the florets are casting a shadow on those leaves and stalks, and it gives us that feeling of depth in the painting. And all I feel is, in this painting, Sue, that the base of the far right's flower trumpet could be a bit closer in tone to the backing petals, so it sits more softly and doesn't pull the eye from the focal flower. I don't know what you think about that, but that's the only thing that's calling out to me as a suggestion, because if we look at this here, this petal and this base of the trumpet, the transition is so immediate, okay, and so visible, and it just feels like it pulls my eye a bit more than I'd like it, because this is our focal point over here. Yeah, and also I forgot to mention, I like the way you've got these tips of the leaves emerging behind the daffodils, which give it, you know, some more sense of place as well. So let's look at the grayscale now, grayscale version. And again, I feel this is a gorgeous soft symphony of close tones, and it prevails, as we can see in this grayscale version. I feel it's very calming and harmonious to look at. I don't know how you feel about it, to the viewers who might be watching this. Again, although I still feel the dark base of that right flower could be diminished somewhat, because it's still pulling a bit strongly there. Okay, So it's good to sort of look at the balance of tones and the way they're scattered or arranged through the painting. And this is what we do as artists. We arrange the light. Okay, colour is secondary. Light is the most important thing, light and dark. And I feel that this painting overall has a lovely wistful charm to it. So finally, let's have a look at it in posterized grayscale. So again, the grayscale flags up some areas that appear a little isolated. And what I mean by that is, if we look here, there's some real strong dark accents, black accents, I'd say, then on the underneath of that stalk and the top part, right hand side of that leaf, and some in there, and then some just little dark specks there and there. And I feel they're sort of isolated, and they're well placed, but I think by adding some more of those on the shadow sides of some foliage or flowers, that they would integrate more in the painting and have a bit more repetition. Which is one of the key elements of design, and it would create a more holistic balance of tonal variety. Sue, I don't know what you think about that. Again, your painting is beautiful as it stands. I'm just trying to think of extra things, sort of finer points that are jumping out at me. So you could maybe add some more of those dark touches, maybe in the trumpet of that flower, or behind the back of that leaf, behind the floret there. And maybe some more dark touches right in the base of the foliage and stems there. Okay, these are just suggestions. You can take them or leave them as you feel. But overall, so I feel it's a lovely, joyful and serene watercolour. So well done. So thanks to everybody again for having entered the Watercolour Wizard episode 4, and for those who've paid something for buying me a coffee as a support, that's really appreciated. So until the next time, enjoy your watercolour. Bye for now.